So he went on down there. I went over to stay in the trailer, and I wasn't too crazy about it, so I rented a chalet on the lake. So that's, you know, up better, you know. And my brother Butch come over to stay with me for a while. So he's down in San Antonio. And how the hell did you end up? Oh, he went down out of San Antonio, went to the White Sands. And he took my blue pickup truck with him. So him and Bub were doing the dunes and the sand and the Apache tears and everything with my pickup truck, huh?
Bub?
Bub.
Oh.
Bub went down there.
Oh, okay.
And was he with you or was he with his mom?
That had to have been before I went in the Air Force, I think.
No.
After.
No, you were in the Air Force.
Okay.
You were in the Air Force, and you had my blue 76 Ford.
I remember having your
truck.
76 blue Ford pickup truck.
Yep.
When I was going to high school at in Albuquerque.
Okay.
I don't remember having it after I went in the Air Force.
Okay.
But
you went in the Air Force because you weren't down there when you had the trailer, and you and Crystal were moved out of the house on Hollywood Circle and moved over to the trailer. You left the trailer to go to Denver.
all right, I'll believe that.
And then after Denver, somehow or another, you guys ended up in White Sands.
I didn't. So after I went in the Air Force, I went to San Antonio
And that's where
for
you
8 or
stayed.
9 years, and
Okay.
then I went to New Mexico.
Okay, so during that time.
But before that, before I went in the Air Force, I was in Albuquerque, and Bub was out there, and I had your truck, and we were in Albuquerque together.
Okay.
But that was before I actually went in the Air Force.
Oh, well, I don't know. Well, you were down there, I was up here. What the hell do I know?
I understand. It's all
Some of the
confusing.
dates are a little off. Yeah.
And we totally skipped the time you went to the Mayo Clinic in Minneapolis.
That was out at Princeville. That's when
Yeah, well, I'm just saying we skipped that part.
Well, it wasn't that exciting.
Well,
Hell.
where was the part where you remarried Janet? Where did that come in at?
Well, I know that he went to Minneapolis, and I got postcards from Dad while he was out of town because he was doing something. I don't know. I was only 3 or 4
Oh,
or 5
you're
years
talking
old.
about the
or whatever.
jackalope?
I don't know. You were
Yeah.
in Minneapolis.
No, I wasn't in Minneapolis. I was in Seattle, Washington. I went up to my brother's place.
I thought you were at the Mayo Clinic.
I
At
went to the
some
Mayo
point.
Clinic for the back operation.
Okay.
That's when they operated on my back and fused my spine up there.
Okay. I remember getting postcards from you then.
No, it wasn't that I was up there. I was out in Seattle at that time. That was when we were down in Beacon. Yeah, that was in Beacon.
Well, tell the story because I obviously don't know it.
Well, it just my back got so bad that out there at Princeville, Lee Graves knew a doctor up in Minnesota at the Mayo Clinic and got me in, and they checked it over and they decided they were going to do the 4th, 5th, and 6th lower lumbar on my back. They would fuse it, take a foot out of my bone out of my leg.
Right.
And they did it. I went through the operation. They sent me home on an airplane, and I went back out to the farm in Princeville, and I used a cane to thump on the floor
Right, because you were in basically
I was
a half
in a
body
body
or
cast.
full body cast.
I was in a body cast.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And that's how.
I also remember at that same time period, we were watching the Olympics on a black and white television screen. We'd watch them late at night, and
So
early in the
yeah.
morning.
Well, that's all we had, but yeah, I don't
Yeah.
color. Anyway, that's the only, I couldn't get out of bed with that body cast. So, and then they finally, when they did cut it off, you know, yeah, it took a year of walking up and down that road before I could get back to work. And I finally did. I went back to work. And I worked while I was out there, the whole shot. Draw Social Security. Because of the body cast and everything. And then after that, like I say, a year or two after that, turned out and bought a house in Great Court. So, well, those kind of deals. And then, of course, after that, you know, I mean, you were in the service, Bub was with his mom, and that left me 7, 8 years of doing nothing. And she would bring Bub over every couple months, get $600 or $700 on back child support from me at times because she never come over. And I'd make her sign a receipt and all that kind of shit. I had a whole garbage bag full of receipts from her. Matter of fact, when I finally moved down to behind the store, that's when she decided that she was going to get me for back child support. And she claimed I never paid her nothing. So you and Bub sat down there and went through them to see that I had the receipts. And when you told her that, well, that changed it too. Ended up paying her what, $1,200? Was it $1,200?
I don't know. Stuart took it.
Huh?
Stuart took it.
Yeah.
Give it to Stuart. She said she drove the last little bit. He paid it to Stuart. Stuart took it to her.
Yeah.
I can't remember how much it was now. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that at all, but
Wow.
I do remember there was a long string of girlfriends there.
Well,
Wow.
yeah. Well, I couldn't help myself.
It had to be a long string because the second night that he took me into the same bar, our second day he took me into the same bar, and the bartender says, "Oh, this shit's serious." He come in 2 nights with the same girl.
Well, I was in the service, so I didn't see most of it. But when I would come home, or whatever, I knew there was always there was just a long string of girlfriends.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I couldn't help it. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
just the
What's that?
magnetism, I guess.
Yeah.
like
I remember.
Plus, I attended the bar.
The only detail I even remember about most of that was one of them had some orange brandy. That was interesting.
Must have been that
You don't
that
remember
girl
which one
we
that
brought
was.
home when we went down to what the hell?
You can
was
see
it?
the wheels turning.
Missouri. We went down to a beer can convention in Missouri,
I can't remember her name.
and then we come back. Her name was Betty Rickstraw. Anyway,
They had the orange brandy.
yeah, she was a friend of my mom's. Anyway, we come back, and we were in the blue pickup, you know, at that time. I'm pretty sure that's anyway, it's just something like that. I attended a bar. What do you expect? when you tend bar, usually there's 2 or 3 girls sitting down at the end of the bar. And at night when you close your shift off, at least one of them's for you. You know that, you know. It's just the way it is when you're a bartender. I worked all day, tended bar all night.
He has a right to have girlfriends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I certainly did. I remember I was staying above the bar, called
What about your long string of girlfriends?
the brass rail.
It was all imaginary, baby.
Anyway, Leland and Joanne had a tavern, and I stayed above it with them for a while. Tended bar, and I was working. I bought a purple Cadillac over at North Pekin. I get $300 for it. I had big old fat Mike bring it over for me, and I had Kenny Benedict come down. Had no mufflers, so I had Kenny Benedict in the back of the tavern there, put the 2 mufflers on because it was a dual system. Anyway, it was a nice purple Cadillac. So they got it all ready, and I didn't have it a week. And I decided I was going down to see Stuart. So I take this purple Cadillac and I go on down to San Antonio. That's the time Stuart had this colored girlfriend.
Karen? Karen?
Yeah, I guess that's. Anyway, we're
I
going
remember
over.
Karen.
We're going over to a nightclub, 20 miles on the other side of town. At this one nightclub where all the service people or everybody go, and we're going through downtown San Antonio. 2 white guys and a curly girl in the middle, in a purple Cadillac. And I was thinking to myself,
You can imagine the looks. you
if a
bet.
redneck don't shoot me, something's wrong. I mean, these are some of the shit that happens,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
We go over there, you know, and go in and have a few drinks and blah, 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 you know. They come back, I don't know what the hell. I think I stayed down there at the apartment complex that he had one night. I get back in the Cadillac the next day and I said, yeah, I'm gonna go home. I go home. I parked the car in front of the bar. The guy comes through the next night, hits the car behind mine, busts all the glass, pushes it up to the back of my car, and the glass goes all over my purple Cadillac. Scratches the hell out of the paint. Well, I think nothing of it, you know. So, Joanne, they get the insurance company down there and everything, because one of the cars was theirs. Next thing you know, she comes in, she says, oh, and they're taking care of your car too. I said, what the hell, what are you talking about? She said, well, they're going to pay for the new paint job and everything. I said, what? She said, that glass scratched all your paint, and I told them that you needed a new paint job on it. I said, oh, okay. I got $1,200. I only paid $300 for the damn. I got $1,200.